Hey there guys, Nixon Striker here. Well, when I thought it couldn't get any worse, it does. For those of you who watched my Resident Evil 6 trailer thoughts, I was extremely pleased with what they've done. Very happy, but I should have been able to read the underlying message that was portrayed in the trailer. And thanks to my good YouTubing friend, well, somewhat friends, Neo GameSpark, he informed me of something very sad and depressing, and I'm about to share it with you. Here we go. Capcom released a statement. Actually, it was from, I think, the UK branch or something. He said that he wanted to attract the Call of Duty fan base to Resident Evil. Let's let that sink in for a minute. Call of Duty fan base, 12-year-old kids, people who have no lives, people who just, I don't know, they're just terrible at games. They don't really know what they're talking about. We want those people playing our Resident Evil games. Okay? Now, the reason that the Resident Evil games have gone more action-based is actually because of Call of Duty. They said that when Resident Evil 5 was released, it was the big Grando El Mano, or whatever that is in Spanish. It was a really big game. A lot of people liked it. A lot of people bought it. I can agree. A lot of people did buy it. A lot of people didn't like it, though, because it was so action-oriented. However, it sold them a lot of money, and Capcom thought, oh, well, if action-oriented, fast-paced gameplay attracts a lot of people via the Call of Duty fan base, then we'll just make this one even more action-oriented. Now this raises a question. Capcom, what are you thinking? Okay, now, I know I've been pretty mellow, it sounds like, but the level of frustration that has built up from Capcom over the years, actually just last year, I loved Capcom, but you know what? They have just ruined everything in gaming for me. Okay? They ruined the Street Fighter because, you know, they just they just re-released it over and over and over. They killed Mega Man. And, well, you Street Fighter vs. Tekken fans, I've heard your complaints. I'm not going to make a video on it, but yeah, you guys can keep that in your heads. And then, you know, Marvel vs. Capcom, destroyed. Devil May Cry, emo-fied. And now they're trying to destroy Resident Evil. Oh, goody. Good job, Capcom. One of my favorite video game franchises, my last hope, I actually did state this in my last video on Resident Evil 6, that it was my last hope. That if this game was a bust, I would lose all faith in Capcom. And this really, really doesn't help out. Now, do I want this game to succeed? Yes, I really want to succeed, and I really want it to be good. But of the 3 Resident Evil, actually, well, there's 4 Resident Evils coming out this year. One of them's a movie, but that's not made by Capcom. The Resident Evil things that are released this year have all had their problems already. Resident Evil Revelations, a setback to the true roots of Resident Evil. You know, survival, short on bullets, tight corridors, for most of the part. There are some action-oriented things because they couldn't resist. But anyway, overall, pretty good that they did that. One problem. Extra $10. Why? Because the game was so big. Really? Is that so, Capcom? So, the game is so big that you had to charge us an extra $10. You know, flash memory really doesn't cost that much. That's funny. You know, I mean, I'm pretty sure that when Kingdom Hearts 3DS gets made, it takes up a lot of memory too. I bet they have to upgrade their flash cards. Is that going to cost us more money? No. You know, Square's not like that. But that just proves the point. Capcom, you disappoint me, you know. There's other games, Uncharted 3, that's a massive game. Well, really, the list could go on. Skyrim's a massive game, might I add. But, you know, I don't charge an extra $10 for that. And then you've got Operation Raccoon City. That's made by Slant 6 Games. Now, I want this game to succeed. And yes, it does look epic. And yes, I am very interested in buying it. but it's made by Silent Six Games. That's not good. And then we move on to Resident Evil 6, which is what the video is actually supposed to be about. And they're appealing to Call of Duty fans. Oh boy. Now the reason I said that I should have realized this earlier was because if you remember Chris running down and then getting behind cover. Now that's actually more resemblant of Gears of War, which I guess I really wouldn't mind too much if all you can do is run and hide behind corner with Chris. I wouldn't mind that actually. And well, I can't really say anything because it's already in the game, right? But if they continue to make it more and more towards Call of Duty, I will be livid, okay? And you know, this game has only had one trailer. There's no telling what else they're going to do with it. And just why? Why do you have to attract the Call of Duty fan base, Capcom? Why? No one likes them. Have you played the Call of Duty games? They're all the same. Oh, I guess that's why you like them so much, right? I mean, Street Fighter ring a bell? I guess maybe I'm seeing this in the wrong light. Maybe Capcom admires Activision for being able to rip people off so greatly and not so many people complain. Maybe that's what's up. Maybe I'm just, I don't know. Maybe I'm just high or something. But, you know, this just makes me mad because Resident Evil, if you really, really want Resident Evil to sell, go back to the way it was in Resident Evil 4. That was change. It had action, but mostly it was a scary game. Well, scary. I wasn't scared, but a lot of people felt it was kind of creepy. And yeah, it kind of was. The atmosphere was perfect, you know. It was just a perfect, pretty much a perfect game, you know. But they can't do that. They have to go more towards Resident Evil 5, which was, you know, oh, Shiva, come on, quick, you know, just all these ridiculous, over-the-top action things. Now, the story in Resident Evil 5, I will say, was pretty impressive. The cinematics, I mean, you know, the first part was kind of slow, but I think the Wesker thing was really interesting. And if they want to keep it high action pace, then keep it in the cutscenes, Capcom. Please. Please. Just do that. You know, I don't want it to go to some, like, 200-mile-an-hour game. You know, I don't understand, Capcom. Why do you have to do this to us? Seriously, we love Resident Evil. And it's not that I hate the new Resident Evil games. Don't get me wrong. I played Resident Evil 5 over like 3 or 4, maybe 5 times because it was fun. But it just wasn't the same. And I don't want Resident Evil 6 to be like this. Leon's back, you know. I've waited so long for Leon to be back in these games. And now you're just going to destroy him. Thanks. Thanks a lot, Capcom. Really, really appreciate it. I don't know. But, you know, at least my one hope is that the guy that's making it, who was the producer on Resident Evil 4, is back. And you can tell, because Leon, off his segments, they're awesome looking. Well, at least from what we see. You know, he does have some high-action things going on as well, but it looks like that he's going to be pretty much the old-style Resident Evil, which is good. So yeah, maybe this game still has hope. I hope it does. You know, you haters watch me and think that I hate these games. No, I want this game to succeed. Trust me. I want to buy this game. I am going to buy this game. I actually think it might be Game of the Year for me, but if they screw it up, it's over. You know, because if they're mirroring it towards Call of Duty, which is the same thing over and over and over, it's over. Well, you know, that's pretty much all I had to say, you guys. It just, you know, why do they have to do this to us? I mean, not Call of Duty. Resident Evil is such a beloved series. It's such a popular video game that it has like 5 movies out now. Well, the 5th one's coming out. Now, they suck, but I already made a video on that. But, you know, something so popular, Capcom, just don't ruin it, please. You've already crushed everything else. Can you please just stick with this one thing? I'm telling you, if you just build up your trust with your customers and give them what they want, that's all you have to do, and you will make tons of money. I mean, you already make tons of money. There's no question there. Of course, your antics are very cheap, granted. But anyway, yeah, so thanks, Neo. I figure you probably made that just to... You knew I was going to record something, didn't you? But anyway, that's all I had to say, guys. Long video, I know. It was, but I had to vent, you know. I told people at school and they had the same reaction. They didn't know what to think, you know. But anyway, tell me what your thoughts are in the comments below. Haters gonna hate. I already know it's coming. Like if you like, subscribe if you like. I really appreciate you guys, and take care.